how do we get to that point? There's many ways to get there. There is meditation, of course. You could understand your astrological chart, okay? Which yoga, what's that other one? Reiki, okay? Massages. Any form of anything that will help clear your channels is a good thing. Walks on the beach. It's very important to do these type of things in your life. Exercise, okay? So that you're keeping your channels open. I believe that's very important. And you want to get to the point, for me, it was getting to the point of integrity, love. Am I living in compassion, with tolerance? Do I have a giving of service? Am I giving of service which will bring harmony into my life and lead to that way? I'm a firm believer when you're operating from that perspective, amazing things start occurring in your life. Amazing things start occurring. Okay? So I believe it all depends on where you're at right now. Some people here might already be there. So now you just want to focus on the clarity and set out the what you want to do, which we're going to talk about in the action plan. But you want to have where you want to be, okay? But only you can tell me that. Only you can tell yourself. Do you want to be a great gardener? Do you want to be better in tennis? Do you want to attract somebody into your life and be a faithful spouse? Whatever it is, whatever you want to do, only you know that. Okay, and you need to take time to think about it. Don't just, I want this, I want this, I want that, and have no plan. It's just going to get you nowhere. Okay. So again, those are two very important things. Now, this is a critical one: faith. Okay, because all the intentions in the world that you put into your heart, or all not so much into your heart, but I want this, I want that. If you don't mix that with faith and emotion, it's not going anywhere. The subconscious mind reacts from emotion and a strong state of belief. What is faith? Faith basically is a state of mind, okay? It's a belief that you just keep thinking about and you reaffirm, that is my faith. I believe it. I believe that I am a successful person. I believe that I am a worthy person. I believe that I am worthy of other people. I believe that I will succeed. I see myself with money. I see myself getting healthier. I see myself. I am healthy. All these things. You need to believe this. Now, what happens is you need to believe it to the point where it gets from conscious mind to subconscious mind. Because a lot of us, what we do is, I believe I'm going to win, and unconsciously it says you'll never win, you'll lose it. You'll never win. You're Murphy's Law. It'll never happen for you. And if you don't think those things are in your subconscious, they are, because they might have been beaten into you by your parents. You're a loser. You'll never amount to nothing. That has been drilled into your computer. Okay? You need to exercise those demons. You need to get them out, because they're in there, and believe it or not, sometimes we don't even know. But that's where that static comes. That static of belief comes inside our minds, and we need to clear that. I'm a firm believer that we are all worthy, beautiful children of an inspired creator, whatever you want to call it. I don't follow any particular religious belief, but I do believe we're all connected to God, and I deserve, just like the prodigal son talks about when the prodigal son comes back and the father throws the big party and this and that, and the other son's upset. And what does he say to the other son? Everything you wanted was here at any time you wanted. There's such an abundance for all of us, okay? The world is in recession right now, right? But God is not in a recession, okay? There is no recession. In fact, recession periods are probably the greatest periods of time to turn your life around, because there's tremendous opportunity out there to succeed. Okay, if you keep believing you have the law of poverty, you will stay in that poverty. And the thing about it is, you don't even talk about it, because if you talk about it, I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be poor. You are manifesting it. You are manifesting it. I am not. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. You need to reaffirm this type of stuff. And not because I say it. I'm telling you, the proof is in the pudding, and there's probably a million books up here to tell you the same thing. And that was the beauty about when The Secret came out. I was like, this is no secret to me. James Allen has talked about it, As a Man Thinketh. Wallace Waddles in The Secret. You remember she mentions Wallace Waddles? I was like, okay, boom, Wallace Waddles, buy the book. We have it here, by the way, too. So, and one of the ways you help, it's a great opportunity to Tim is, show some appreciation. If you need a book, buy one. Because there's a lot of great books here. But that's what I did. I went and I read that book, Wallace Waddles, and I don't know if anybody else here read it. Okay? His whole thing is very interesting, the way he talks about the substance and this and that. Yeah. The form of substance that you put your image into. The bottom line is, it's said in a lot of different ways, but it's all the same stuff. And that's what I have found out in my life. So, I have a firm belief that I will always be successful. There's a lot of things that come up and throw you off balance and so forth. But I just shake them off. It's nothing. I lived in the street, so it can't get much worse than that. So, again, faith, state of mind. Belief is just a thought you keep thinking. You need to condition your mind to receive infinite intelligence. How do you set yourself up for that? I meditate every day. That's another thing I'll tell you about. During an injury, I hurt my shoulder, okay? Being, I'm not a youthful person anymore, and snow came about a year or so ago, so I started shoveling, and, I'm an old athlete. I was like, all right, I'm shoveling fast. 2 days later, I was like, oh, boy, my shoulder is a little bit. Next thing I know, I had bursitis. I couldn't even lift my arm up. I never had this before. I couldn't sleep. It was so bad. I had to go get a shot and this and that. So what did I do? Okay. I started with my iPod. I couldn't sleep. Started listening to meditation tapes in the middle of the night. I was listening to books on iPod in the middle of the night. So what did that do? That inspired me. Something I always wanted to do was to form a little meditation group. Okay? Now, we met a year ago in March. Madeline was there, my wife Katie, and Tracy, our other friend. And we sat there that night. We meditated for half hour. It's a guided meditation. And we said, we're going to turn this into something. We're going to start attracting people to come to this meditation every Monday night, and it's going to grow into something. Now, we've been doing it for over a year and a half. I think we've missed a couple of weeks, not many. And there has been over 100 and some odd people have come through that door and sat there. We usually average 10 to 15 people, maybe more. So we've had 25 at one time. And again, I believe that was because we attracted in. You attracted in. So, meditation. But there's a lot of things to increase your faith. Again, whatever it is, you need to know what it is that you do, that prayer, whatever, that brings that spirit into you. Okay, now, faith added to thought translates into its spiritual equivalent, and then that gets transmitted into the infinite intelligence as you understand it. And I believe that's how the process works. I'm not one of those, I'm not no metaphysical person here who's going to tell you that the molecules do this, the brain does that. I don't have no idea how any of that works. All I know, it works. It works. So, and that's good enough for me. I'm a big, the proof is in the pudding type of person, so I've seen it manifest in my life. PMA, we like to call the positive mental attitude. You must maintain a positive mental attitude in everything you do, okay? You need to keep smiling. You need to stay up. You need to believe I'm going to succeed. You need to say that. I'm a successful person. God is within me. God is within me, okay? Because that is the blender, okay? The faith combined with your thought process and clarity, that's the blender that actually goes into motion and creates the things. All of a sudden, people start showing up in your life that start helping you out. Now, and the old saying, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And there's great proof in that also. Now, so how do you do all this stuff? Okay? What's the action plan? Okay? Deborah gave you a great sheet there with affirmations that, if you get nothing out of it, you have something there. It's very easy to fill in whatever you want, to just fit in those words. But the answer the difference between who it's going to work for and who it's not is who's going to do it. Who's going to stick with it? Because it might take 2 years, 3 years for it to happen. Thomas Edison had 10,000 failures before it happened. If you read through Napoleon Hill, especially the new 21st edition, which we have many copies back there, they go through Bill Gates, they go through all of these people. Ray Kroc, he's what, the McDonald's guy? 50